I mean, saw him last night. He had a tweener. He had a behind-the-back shot. He had a little of everything. And obviously they can play. They beat J-Dub and Gabe. You know, got to have some game if you do that. And right off the bat, nice smash and crash.
1-0-2. Side out. Zero, 1-1. Point.
No, he left that one much too high. No, he's got really good touch.
He was just a little out of position getting up to the line there, a little off balance, which caused that pop up, but he's just getting warmed up.
1-1-1.
Alshon with a big serve. So big that it went long, but no, power with topspin, so he gets some hop on it. Daescu not quite as powerful a serve, but still generates a serve return error.
2-1-2.
And that is what we were going to see, as I mentioned. Power, 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 reach. A lot of shake and bake from Daescu and Christian Alshon.
Look for Noe and Rafa to possibly change the return, because Christian Alshon is a good crasher. He is really good on that right side coming over with his backhand. Very similar to Annalie Waters, Gabe Tardio, to name a few players. And Alshon Daescu with a 3-point lead.
Again, smash and crash the other way. Alshon, of course, coached by Lee Waters, who is sitting over there huddled with about 3 layers on. It's not too bad out here if you're playing, but if you're just sitting watching, it's a little chilly. I did ask her if she got cold weather pay, and she said no.
Oh, great get from Rafa Hewett, but unlucky on that second one, and it's dropped down earlier today with 70 degrees.
Take advantage of any short return, so obviously you want to focus on getting your return as deep as you can, trying to get it with some top spin. Obviously, before they can hit the third shot, they do have to bounce it, so if you get some top spin, you can try to keep them back. So far, they've kind of struggled with the returns. Daescu does not have a particularly powerful serve. They've also been caught because they've been on an odd numbered score. So they're having to unwind the stack, further complicating the issue. And obviously with a righty-lefty, they're gonna want to stack every time. So another good idea would be to score another point and get on an even number. But they're having a little trouble. Nope, that's short.
Beautiful roll backhand from Noe Khlif there on that dink. A little too aggressive there from Noe Khlif on that drive. Settling in here in this game.
But they did get to an even number, so at least now they don't have to unwind the stack on the return.
That's a very important.
That'll help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hewett with a good serve return, but Christian Alshon has one of the best forehand roll drops in the game. Really good forehand roll, cross-court drop, drove Hewett back. Rafa should have hit a safer shot.
Good take from Rafa Hewett.
Back to smash and crash, but Hewett was on it.
7-2-2. Ball touch or no? Point.
Players questioning whether the ball hit Daescu on the way out. I don't think it did.
So the obvious play is going aggressive against Andre Daescu, but Daescu's so smart, he's just letting those balls go out.
9-2.
A really quick game here, Michelle.
Point.
Everything working for Daescu and Alshon. They're a really tough team.
10-2.
I had predicted them to go to the final, so it doesn't
Nice.
surprise me.
No. Thank you, Christian. I call it out in the Bozen.
No, Daescu initially called the ball out. Alshon corrected him. It did look like it hit the line. That's on the line really close to us, so we had a pretty good view. Good sportsmanship there. That's not going to work.
Second serve.
You know how it is, Michelle. When we see these first-time partnerships, it's always interesting to speculate. Will it work? Will it not work? Do their styles mesh? Do their personalities mesh? Sometimes you get surprised that something that looks like it'll work doesn't.
It's
But-
all about the personalities. Because on paper, things could look so good, but they have to also be able to vibe, right?
Yeah, well, I was talking to the Proton folks, you know, sponsoring Daescu about it. And when they got here early in the week, I told them I thought this partnership would really work. I thought stylistically that it's a good pairing. You know, you're never sure on the personality side of it, but you know, Andre's a pretty mellow guy. I would think just about everybody gets along with him.
Andre the Giant.
Christian is, you know, doesn't show too much emotion on the court other than being, you know, nicely fired up. So I thought chemistry-wise it should work. But Daescu's been playing really good left side pickleball the last 2 months. Alshon.
Let's try about the last 5 years.
Well, you know, he had that little controversy with the pine tar incident where he got suspended, and so he did have some downtime during 2024. But
That's true.
he came back really strong after that.
He was doing good before and after, right? Oh!
Hewett with a behind the back, as we told you, he does like the variety of shots.
Well, that was a quick game for Daescu and Christian, easily in Khlif.
New Vulcan ball 8-2. Time in.
Did you hear something, Michelle? I didn't hear what was said.
I don't know. I didn't hear anything. And if I did, I'd tell you.
Something said.
This is a good-looking point.
Yeah, we haven't had a lot of dink points. Andre's perfectly happy doing backhand dinks.
This.
Side out.
Daescu loves getting that pattern of backhand dink to backhand dink. He'll do that with everybody up to and including Ben Johns. He uses his length to eventually reach forward and speed up a ball with his length.
Great speed ups from Alshon.
Yeah. Christian's got a very good off the bounce forehand speed up.
0-0-2.
There we see it again.
So Noe Khlif is sitting backhand really hard when Christian Alshon's hitting a forehand off of the dink. I want to see him a little bit more neutral so he could defend with his forehand or maybe even counter. Because I see Christian Alshon really utilizing that and picking that spot.
Yeah. Alshon's forehand off the bounce speed up is very good, though. He puts a lot of wrist in it, torques it, so he gets both excellent speed but also some top spin on some quick top spin. Kind of leaves you with nowhere to go. You've got that Daescu wanting to do backhand to backhand dinks. Alshon loves to speed up off the forehand. Probably the spot to go is down the middle to them. which was the book when Daescu played with Tardio. It was dink 'em down the middle to Daescu's forehand.
There you go. Yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, game number 1, Khlif, Hewett trying to be aggressive, didn't work. Now they got to slow things down. They got to anticipate the speed up. They got to utilize the middle a little bit more in between Alshon and Daescu. A lot of things to look at in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Daescu, obviously a great player, but tends not to do much with off the bounce forehand. So Dylan Frazier and J.W. Johnson played Tardio and Daescu quite a few times last year, and their scouting report was to dink to Daescu's forehand.
You need it on court 14. Second call.
One, two. Side out.
You know, that play worked for them so well yesterday against Tardio and J.W. Johnson.
2-1-1.
But these are different opponents. This is a different story.
Second serve.
Noah Khlif was on that one.
2-1-2.
Okay.
Andre doesn't miss too many of those. Pretty good backhand dinker.
1-2-1.
That's a good shot.
Point.
Hey, unlucky.
2-2-1.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah, come on.
Second serve.
Right, one more. Right here. Come on.
Pretty good drive there from Khlif. Got on top of it,
2-2.
but Daescu handled it no problem.
2-2-2.
Oh, come on, right here.
Side out.
Go out.
2-2. Let's see if we see some smash and crash here from Alshon and Daescu. What worked so well for him in game 1.
No!
That ball did look a little up, but Noah had jumped a little right. If he'd been in position, I think he could have caught that ball in the air a little bit higher, put it away.
Point. Four, two, one.
Khlif and Hewett need to be careful here. Don't want this to get out of hand.
Yep. Watch. Yep.
Well played point there from Alshon Daescu.
Timeout, Shooters, 5-2-1.
And that does get a smart timeout, I think, there from Hewett and Khlif. They play better.
6-2-1.
It's not a particular shot or pattern that you're doing wrong. You just need to play better.
Yeah, I've seen
Like
opportunities.
that.
Yeah, I've seen opportunities from both Rafa Hewett and Noe Khlif, as you're mentioning. They both have opportunities. They just got to clean it up.
You know, they've missed a few serve returns. I think that'll get a challenge. That did look to me in live action. Angle. So it's a matter of somewhat interpretation. Two people can look at that replay and see slightly different things. I would have overturned it.
Maverick Messenger, I had your phone at the
So good on that speed up from Alshon, setting up Daescu for the put away there.
Yeah. Yeah, that forehand speed up of Alshon is killing him. He's just-
I want Noe to sit a little bit more neutral or even slide with his feet to counter, right? That's the spot that Alshon's looking for. OTP defended.
Yeah! Come on!
Yeah, I don't like Noe doing backhand dinks to Daescu. Daescu's got too much of an experience advantage on him in that pattern, and then the height advantage to be able to reach out and speed it up or wait and go. There it is again.
Come on!
So
How many is that?
That's incredible. That's incredible. But Alshon's so smart. He holds. He sees that Khlif is now looking for that middle shot and just passes down the line. And here we are with a match point situation, a spot into the semifinals.
Out! My bad. That's good, that's good.
Side out.
Definitely, Alshon got that drive up high. The serve return was kind of short. Worked against him for the speed up. Here we go with that backhand to backhand dink pattern again. See if Daescu's able to reach out. Instead it goes back to the forehand, and there's Alshon with 2 speed ups. That one he got it to Noe's forehand instead of toward the body.
3-10-1.
No! There you go, buddy. Come on.
A little impatient.
Yep.
The pressure is building.
Well, they're just, Hewett and Khlif have not been able to find any pattern that really works offensively.
Great teamwork, great teamwork.
Side out.
They're not, they haven't been able to smash and crash. They haven't been able to drop effectively. They haven't really won any points in the dink game. Just kind of, they're kind of floundering, searching for a pattern of offense to score points.
Side serve.
Daescu and Alshon looking to close it quickly here.
Match point. 10-3-2.
Yeah, I think they need to drop one here instead of drive. Nope, maybe not. Just win it that way. Smash and crash got you there. Smash and crash will win it. Boy, that was quick.
Yeah, impressive play from Daescu and Alshon, who have earned their way